Hey everybody, welcome back to part 3. Hopefully this will be the last part. Let's speed it up as much as we can. So we were at the cloning process. Phantom X is alive again. Yes, I'm starting this off with a spoiler, but not really because we saw the female Phantom X. So now it's explained. The 3 brains were separated. Phantom X, who's nice. Dark Phantom X, I'm calling him because he's all black, who's evil, or the mutant hunter. And then the female Phantom X, who is the nicest of the 3. And Deadpool hits on Phantom X. And then they go their separate ways. Phantom X says, so what are we doing next? Where are we off to? What dastardly plot are we caught up in? And nobody answers. And he's like, oh, so we're done. And Betty says, we never should have started. And he's like, okay, well. And he says, better left unsaid. And they go to see his mom, which is a big deal because his mom never met any of his girlfriends before. And the big kiss in the end. It's over.
And a lot of snow, I take it.
Yes.
So, lots and lots and lots.
And his real name is Cluster, by the way, guys. I know a few people are like, that's not his name.
Yeah, just like I just did now.
5 out of 5 stars. Awesome. Awesome final issue. Awesome series. 35 issues. I would highly recommend you guys check out Uncanny XForce. It was a really great run. And the next run I'm not too keen on, especially because I'm not a fan of, you know, it not having Wolverine at least involved somehow. So, good luck. I'll be getting the first issue just to see what it's like, and then I couldn't pick a favorite this week, so I've got a few at the top. Daredevil issue 21. We were right. The world... Everybody believed Daredevil was going crazy, and then we met the Coyote and we're like, that's how, and you know what? That's exactly what was going on. The Coyote was doing everything to Matt Murdock and his friends to make them believe he was completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. However, the Spot, it turns out the people that hired the Coyote are the ones that put a hit out on Daredevil, not Coyote, and they did something to the Spot. Because this is what the Spot's like now.
Oh.
Like that? You remember him?
No, I don't remember him like that.
Yeah, they did something to him, and now the Spot is trying to kill the Coyote. Coyote, you get a background story of Coyote, and...
That don't look like no Coyote.
Well, that's his name.
So
Matt figures out the truth, he says it all, and the Coyote's like, yes, you already know. And all the people that were attacking them in the beginning hear it, they believe it, and then the Spot attacks again. And it's up to Daredevil to stop the Spot. However, in the end, I'm not going to say how it happens, Coyote and Spot get sucked away and disappear. We then get the most heated argument between Foggy and Matt ever. In the beginning, you have Foggy, who's very upset that he was wrong. He's like apologetic. He's like, I didn't know. I mean, Matty, I apologize. He's like, you apologize. You should have believed me from day one. He said, you know, there never should have been a doubt. You turned on your best friend just because of a few things. You should have trusted me, period. And then he admits, he says something about Kristen, and then he tells Matt that he told Kristen everything and that she's going to send the police after, like, him because he's not stable. And that's where Foggy turns. It changes his personality all of a sudden. He's like, Matt's like, why? You told the DA I'm a public man. He's like, what if you are? And he's like, excuse me? I'm still suspicious. You know, I would have slapped Foggy in the face right there and then for that one. But in the end, he's like, anything else you know, he gives a whole rigmarole on why he believes that Matt still got problems. And you know what? He just storms out and he's like, look, regardless, I shouldn't have given you the cold shoulder. If you want help, I'm here. And then he actually admits, I need it from you too. Let's just put this behind us. And he's like, go to hell, Nelson. And he walks out. And he leaves. There's a letter he sends to his wife about everything that's gone on and apologies. And then we see Kristen on a rooftop looking for help to bring Daredevil in. And guess what? It's the superior Spider-Man. to be continued in the next issue.
Wow.
So for those of you trying to get this issue a week before Amazing Spider-Man 700, expecting to see who the Superior Spider-Man was, you kind of were let down because all you saw was a shadowy Spider-Man figure. You still didn't know who the Superior Spider-Man was, and you still didn't anything. All you saw was his new personality. Scarlet Spider issue 12 was really good as well this week. Daredevil is definitely a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, yeah.
I take the half star away because I wanted to slap Foggy at the end. And I feel like Matt should have.
You should have, yeah. Calling him that, like saying, like, really?
Mm-hmm. So the issue starts off with a woman being killed. She's a slave, and she's apologizing. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And he's like, of course, I need you to deliver a message. We jump into Scarlet Spider. And Kane finally is ready to embrace being a hero. He says, I was a monster for so long, but now I'm a hero, and this and that. And then he finds out that somebody's using his mark. This woman who was killed
I didn't know what's going on with it.
bears the mark of Cain. The mark of Cain. When Cain killed somebody, he put his hand on their face and left his mark.
Yeah, exactly.
So he takes this personal now. And he's on the search. And throughout this entire issue, he's searching for answers. He even cuts a guy's nose off. I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
I love the artwork in this book. I love it. It's really good. Ryan Stegman does the cover.
Oh, Ryan Stegman.
And then he finds out who it is. Mark Tamanga. And as he's approaching, like as he confronts him, he has the red right hand, or the red hand there. And they attack Scarlet Spider, and it's up to Scarlet Spider to beat them, which he does. However, then he comes face to face with Mr. I'm going to say his first name again. He's called the Mark. Mark Tamanga is known as the Mark, and he fights him, except he doesn't do well. And then some other guy shows up with this guy called AIM. And he makes easy work of Scarlet Spider. And then he ends up killing the Mark. And the guy says, thank you. As far as I know, Wilson Fisk has no issue with the Scarlet Spider, but I advise you make sure it stays that way. The Kingpin thanks you in advance for settling our old debt with this guy and us getting the red hand back. The hand's business, and basically Kingpin's taking over the hand in Houston now. So I have a feeling that Mr. Kane is going to be coming face to face with Mr. Kingpin at some point. But then the last page sets up for what's to come in the next issue, which I'm not too keen to, because it's werewolves, possibly. The Mist of Wolves is the next story arc. This was fantastic, this issue. I'm sorry, I would say 5 out of 5 for this issue. It was just a really good read. I would highly recommend you guys check out Scarlet Spider 12.1. Try to be ever so...
XFactor issue number 249. I will, because I am definitely...
Because I have 4 more, and I want to try to get them done in this...
Well, long story short, the XFactor team faces Vera, who is causing damage to the XFactor team. Artwork is definitely amazing. It talks about how Vera, well, Monette actually gets snapped out of because Pip left her body.
Finally.
Yeah, and she starts to lose control, but what's her name? Lorna keeps her in control. Vera turns into this weird monster, or scary type of monster, and Jamie comes back with Layla.
Okay.
And Pip is alive, which I liked as good news. And they start going against the Waters demons, and Pip was going to get a piece of her, but didn't get a chance. And lava is about to explode, which with Layla's force field, they were alive. And in the end, this happened, which actually leads into this, which I'm looking forward to, which begins in XFactors 250 and 251, the Hell on Earth War.
I'm not too keen. I wish they'd get away from Hell already.
I think that it's going to be really something else, because with the demons and everything, and after, from what I read, this was really fantastic. I give this a 5 out of 5 because the artwork was amazing, along with the story being amazing. Pip is alive, everybody. So, and thank God no XFactor has left or been killed or anything. But that's a definite pickup. Definite 5 out of 5. Cannot wait for the Hell on Earth War to happen in the next issue. And that's it.
Another book I'm really enjoying, Hawkeye issue 6. This basically sums up everything that's gone on in Hawkeye within the past 4 issues, not the 5th. Basically the bros and everything, and you guys remember the bro story arc?
Oh yeah, when they said bro so many times.
And the you know, he's the landlord now to this apartment. One of his arrows, the artwork's really good.
Really?
One of the arrows ends up
It's like an old classic cartoon thing.
It works. So one of his arrows ends up on one of his tenants' satellites, and the cable guy won't fix it. Not only because the fireplace looks dangerous, but because it's an arrow and it's not due to the cable company. It's due to an outside source. So that's when the bros show up. I'm calling them the bros. I don't care.
The bros.
He comes out, and turns out he gets mugged by like 1 million of the bros, or whatever. And it turns out this old guy who talks just like them, which is creepy. He's running through everything that Hawkeye's done. You bought this building. You steal it for money in our neighborhood. You take bro's wife, get her out of town. But you steal from stealers, bro. Is one thing to futz with us, is another thing to futz with guys we work for. So basically, they tell him either get out, or you're gone, or we kill. The way they talk, we kill everybody in your building. They throw him out. He goes back. He gets ready to move out. He gives Kate a present, and Kate's like, "What's going on? What is all this?" And he's explaining they're gonna kill everybody. I gotta go. I need to leave for a while. And she's like, "You know what? This running away thing, it's everything about you that sucks." And she's like, "Merry Christmas." So the next 2 days, he's brooding over whether he's gonna stay or not. He decides he's gonna stay. One of the bros shows up in front of the door. He's standing there, and the bro goes, psh.
With his hand up.
Yeah.
But there's Hawkeye defending his apartment building, because that's his. And basically, the woman whose satellite he broke, he invites them over to watch TV. He's fixed up his TV. There was an issue of that in the beginning of the issue. And the woman's like, "Are you sure this is okay? Don't you need to be somewhere?" He's like, "Nope, I'm not going anywhere. And nobody's going to intimidate me." In other words, classic. Can't wait to see the conflict between Hawkeye and the bros, because I can't stand the bros. I hope he takes them all out. Awesome story. Can't wait for the next issue. Cannot wait. Indestructible Hulk is next. Issue 2. Tony Stark shows up. He thinks that S.H.I.E.L.D. has the Hulk under some type of mind control, and he wants to know what Maria Hill's doing. Then he hears Bruce Banner laughing. Maria's like, "He came to me and everything." And they're laughing over some weird equation, and Tony Stark is like, "I barely recognize you. I'm used to you being on the run. What's going on?" And he's like, "I'm doing, inventions and whatnot." Iron Man decides to accompany him on his latest invention. Iron Man doesn't trust what Bruce Banner is doing, but I think it's because he's jealous. Bruce kind of warns him to not get involved with his project. He knows what he's doing. He's not doing it to hurt anybody or anything. In a bit.
Okay.
And finally, he gets so pissed off, he's like, "You know what? I tried. I love this Hulk out page."
Yeah, that actually was pretty amazing, that page.
And it becomes the Hulk versus Iron Man, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
With armor.
And then in the end, basically, Hulk saves Iron Man before they get destroyed. And basically, in the end, they have like a truce kind of feel to it. This kind of reminds me of what's happening in Avengers Assemble a bit. It's
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But Maria Hill calls Tony Stark, and she's like, "Look, just get him back to Montana now. We have a situation. So I don't know if Iron Man's going to get started in the next issue, but they need the Hulk, so he's going back. This was really awesome. I love Mark Waid's writing. He knows how to... You can shut it off now. He just knows how to write books, man. This book was awesome. Highly recommend the Indestructible Hulk. We're at the home stretch, my friends. Avengers issue 2 adds more to the how they came about inviting all of these Avengers, and more background on the antagonists here, how they're gods, and they explain the creation of the universe, how they were born, Mr. X-Hoy or X-Hole, however you want to pronounce his name, and his sister, X-Nilo and his sister Abyss, and what they're planning to do. They want to evolve the world and get, you know, or if the world won't, if the Avengers won't allow them to fix things, then they'll just destroy the world instead.
Wow.
Then we jump into the past where Tony Stark and Steve Rogers are mulling over who they're going to add to the Avengers. They bring some old members back, which are Captain Universe, Hyperion, and Smasher. And then we jump into where Iron Man and Cap are talking to several different people. Wolverine, Spider-Man, which I believe is the superior Spider-Man, because Iron Man's like, we have money, and he's like, and Spider-Man's like, oh, thank God. Falcon.
Oh yeah, he does say that.
Falcon, Shang-Chi, Cannonball, and Sunspot, which we know all these people.
Oh,
Manifold, Spider-Woman, and Captain Marvel. We then go back to Earth now, where the Ex-Nihilo, or however you pronounce his name, is sending more of those bombs towards Earth, forcing evolution, forcing things to change. He's saying, I'm an artist, I'm trying to fix things and whatnot. I left out a lot, and there's a reason why. You got to read this book to understand. So, Steve is ready to go back to Mars and finish this once and for all, but Wolverine's like, team's been together less than 6 hours, Cap. You sure these people are ready for this? He's like, ready or not? He's like, no, not a bit. But in the long history of the world, when has being ready not been a luxury? So he has Mr. Oh God, Manifold teleport them to Mars, and that's where the book leaves off, with the new Avengers full team on Mars.
We're going to Mars.
To be continued in the next issue. I am more than pumped. There's a lot of stuff I left out for a good reason. I know it's 2 weeks from, you know, this book's been out for 2 weeks. I could spoil the book. Chris, why aren't you spoiling the book? You're good at doing that most of the time. Ha ha. Ha ha, sir, madam. But I'm not going to do it with these Marvel Now books, because I want you to get the Avengers. So go check it out yourself. Come back and let us know what you think instead. Finally this week, and the only reason why I have it on top is because everybody's loving it. I'm loving it. You're loving it. If you're not a Marvel fan, what the heck are you doing up to this part in the review? Because these are all Marvel books.
Reading some other comics.
Well, actually, maybe they're interested in seeing what Marvel's up to, and I'll tell you what Marvel's up to. All new X-Men issue 4.
X-Men Legacy?
All new X-Men.
All new X-Men.
All new
Oh,
X-Men.
right, that was mine.
You do Legacy.
Right.
All new X-Men.
All new X-Men, sorry.
Cyclops. The present. Jerk Cyclops. I'd like to call him something else, but he's face to face.
By all means, go ahead.
With the past Cyclops. And at first he's like, no, this is a dream. This is some type of psychic BS nonsense. This can't be Jean. And then he's like, wait, maybe it is Jean. And at this very moment, Jean's psychic powers decide to come alive. So after Scott does like a million thought bubbles, she finally snaps and just uses her psychic powers to blow him and Magneto away. And the others try to help her, but yeah, that doesn't work. Psyche loses his visor. Our Psyche, the present jerk Psyche. And then it's up to the young Cyclops to save the day, so to speak. And we get the visor versus the visor, so to speak. The young X-Men try to attack, or try to get Cyclops and Magneto to capture them, and Magneto and Cyclops run off. And they didn't take the mutant kid with him, the one that could change shapes and stuff, like Morph. We then go to the facility where Christopher and, that's weird saying my name about somebody else, and the other girl they picked up in previous issues are there, and they're just like talking to each other. They're their new best friends. Yay. And Cyclops and Magneto show up back at Weapon X facility. Cyclops walks off. He's pissed off. And Emma follows right behind him.
Of course.
Of course, I'm a
Beast is still on the operating table, and things don't look good for Beast. We then go back to a mountaintop in Colorado where young Scott is just mulling over everything he just saw. And Jean wakes up and she's still trying to control her psychic power. She finally gets a little bit of a hold of it. And then when young Cyclops says, "Jean, are you okay?" she looks at him with eyes like, "This is all your fault." Like, she's angry at young Scott for stuff he hasn't even done yet.
He hasn't done anything, like, seriously.
And they decide to go back to the mansion. I love the dialogue between Cyclops and Emma Frost in this
What did he say?
in this panel. And he's not too happy, but they figure out a tank that did it. The young X-Men show up back at the mansion. Beast wants to try to save himself. However, at the end of the book, things do not look good for present Beast. I wonder if the all-new X-Men are going to stay in the present Marvel Universe permanent. I'm starting to wonder.
Well, they might. I mean, it is Marvel now. So, yeah.
This book is a 5-star book. Avengers is a 4.5 out of 5-star book. Guys, Marvel now. It's picking up steam. Now, I will tell you guys, I will be honest. Marvel's shelling them out like there is no tomorrow. This is issue 4. It just started last month. Issue 5 is coming out next week. And yes, I'm 2 weeks behind, so technically it's coming out 2 weeks after this. But they're shelling out new books in Marvel Now books. They're doubling and tripling and quadrupling up certain books. So far be it for me to say that Marvel, isn't greedy. Because they are. But I'll tell you guys, if you pick 1 or 2 of these series, they are spectacular. I feel bad for Marvel because they're releasing them so many times a month, and so many, they're releasing so many at once that it's too much money. If you have the money to spend, if you have the money to spend, it's worth it. Like me, I'm buying most of them. I can't afford to get AA and FF, so I'm going to trade paperback those. But if you have the money to get the individual issues, I highly recommend you check out as many as you possibly can. If you don't, there's always trade paperbacks. Trade paperbacks are a reader's best friend at times. And to be honest, we're at issue 4. 4 more issues and you have a trade paperback, my friends. So the trade paperbacks are going to be shelling out really quickly soon.
Yep.
And they're very cheap. They're $15 to $20, so it's not like you're spending a whole lot of money. And that's it for this week. 2 weeks ago's Dark Avenger Comic Book Review. All of these books with the holiday season took me a week and a half to read. Come back really soon. I'll be doing the next episode almost immediately because it's only 2 comics. Not right now, but soon. Probably the same night. I'm saying soon because we're going to go do something else for a while because the battery's dying.
Yep. So later, guys.
Alright.
So you can look forward to the next episode soon. As far as the digital reviews go, hopefully I'll do them also soon. I still have to read a few of the digital comics because I had all this to read with the regular comics. So the digital reviews might come one after the other after I post up 164, which is this episode, and 165, which is next episode. But they will be up. And hopefully in January I'll be able to keep my digital reviews on time with my regular reviews. So guys, hope you had a happy new year. Hope you're having a happy first day of your new year. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. Do not forget to check out comicrelated.com for all your comic-related news, reviews, and more. They even update their site and add articles. They even post stuff on the weekend. Very few sites do that. Also, don't forget to check out Dark Avenger Inc.'s Facebook page. Big things happen on that page, my friends. You wouldn't believe it. Go to facebook.com/Dark Avenger Inc. We post articles. We post news. We post posts and tweets because we don't use Twitter. So our tweets go on the Facebook page instead. And if you want to contact us, if you have a book you'd like us to review, or anything like that, the Facebook page is where we get our mail first. Where we check our mail first. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. I'll see you really soon.
Oh, aren't you gonna go with the comics?
Oh yeah, the rundown, right?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
Chris, where
hurry
you going?
Where am I going? What's wrong with me? I'm
Hurry
running
up.
because I'm trying. I'm
you got
really thinking of the next episode.
25. Don't worry.
All new XMen issue 4, awesome, definitely check it out. Avengers issue 2, awesome, check it out. Indestructible Hulk issue 2, really good. Up to you guys, but I'd say check it out. Hawkeye issue 6 was awesome, check it out.
Fantastic issue. Can't wait for the next one.
XFactor 249. Scarlet Spider issue 12.1 is awesome. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm a little worried. Daredevil issue 21 was awesome, definitely something to check out. Uncanny XForce issue 35 was really good. Thunderbolts issue 2.
It was okay.
Love it.
Venom issue number 28 was awesome. I would
Love it
definitely
as
say
well.
check it out. Give it a check out. You know, they moved away from the demons and the hell and everything now. Thor, God of Thunder issue 3. Very wordy, and I advise you have a lot of time to read into that. Captain America issue 2 is pretty good. I would definitely say it's up to you guys, but I like it. X-Men Legacy issue 3.
Good issue. Definitely can't wait for the next one.
Cable and X-Force issue 2, pretty good, but Cable's dying yet again for the millionth time. Wolverine and the X-Men issue 22, can't wait for 23 just to end this series. I leave it up to you guys. A+X number 3.
It was a good issue. Can't wait for the
I'll
next
probably
one with
pick it up.
Spider-Man Beast, especially.
Astonishing X-Men 57, I leave up to you guys. It was okay, but I did not like the second artist at all. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe issue 5 was awesome. He-Man's back. Nightwing issue 15 was really awesome as well. Definitely something to check out if you're a Nightwing fan. Green Lantern 15 finally picked up. I definitely say check that out. Green Lantern New Guardians issue 15. Kyle is now attuned with the orange, and it shows that he's really not in as much control as you'd like to believe he is. And Lock and Key issue 2 is spectacular. Definitely check that out, but not before checking out the other five volumes before
Oh,
it.
pretty good.
Now, take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. I'll see you guys really, really soon in the next Dark Avenger comic book review. Take care, everybody.
Yep, and each other.
Later, guys.